Good morning, Texoma, and thanks for joining us for another look inside Texoma. Today we are focusing on some true heroes in our community. Now, they may not call themselves that, but I tell you, after today's show, I think you'll agree with me. Joining me now for the very latest on the Navy Seabees is Petty Officer Jonathan Wells and also Petty Officer Philip Brown. I appreciate both of you being here this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting.
Absolutely. Well, we really just wanted to get an inside look at the Navy Seabees. And I just want to start from the very beginning. What are the Navy Seabees, in case there's people in Texoma who may just not know?
Well, what we do is we provide humanitarian assistance and construction around the world to all of our sister and brother services. We do plumbing, electricians, steel workers, builders, and equipment operators, and construction mechanics as well.
Wow. So there's endless jobs that you guys do
Absolutely.
On a daily basis. Then.
Absolutely.
And here at Shepherd Air Force Base, there are actually students and staff members stationed here. Can you tell us about how many we're looking at?
For our staff members, we're looking at approximately about 19 to 20 staff members, 112 students. And what we like to do is teach them, invest in them about the Navy Seabees so that when they graduate and they go out to their respective command, they already know what to do.
So they're here to learn, but you're also involved as you're learning, right? I mean, this isn't just a classroom, so to speak, right? You're out in the community even here.
Yes, we do that. We do Christmas in Action is a good one for us, where we try to get stuff that we teach and get the students involved too as well, so they can get hands-on practical too.
So after this, after they graduate, what happens? Where would these students go?
After they graduate, they go to their respective commands, whether it be in Gulfport, Mississippi, or in Port Hueneme, California. And also, some of them are even going overseas. What they do at their battalion is the same thing that they do here, what they learn. They learn to be plumbers, and they learn to be electricians.
So they go to these locations and work, basically,
Yes.
Correct? But it's all still connected to the Navy Seabees. What made you guys really want to pick this field and, what it is that you do every single day? I mean, it's a service job.
Right. I did construction all my life, and when I went in to sign up for the Navy, took the test. They said I was good in construction side, and then offered me all these rates, and I chose to be plumbing and HVAC technician. So.
I myself, growing up, I always liked playing with wires. So once they offered me the job to be an electrician on land, I took it because I really did not wasn't too fond of the water too much, or going on a ship and getting seasick. So once they offered the job to be an electrician on land, I took it.
And that's a good point, because if you're not familiar with the military, which growing up here, maybe a lot of people are, because we do have Shepherd Air Force Base here, but oftentimes you think, okay, Air Force, and you're saying Navy, so people may not even know the Navy Seabees. What's the connection, and has there always been Navy Seabees at every base?
Well, there has always been Navy Seabees around from the start of World War II.
Mm-hmm. Can do since 42.
Since 42. And since 1942, we've been around. And all we do is construction, and we build. Our motto is we build, we fight. Mm-hmm. So whatever it is we build, we defend it.
What about here? How long have you both been here in Wichita Falls?
I've been here for about 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yes.
And what about you?
I just got here a year ago.
A year ago.
Yes.
And, I can't say enough how much we hear just the positive things. I know we've had people on in the past. Hotter House specifically comes to mind. I remember we had a guest on, and she was just bragging. Like you said, we build. And she said, I think they needed a bridge or something. She turned around, went and did something else, came back, and there was a bridge there. So what can you really say about the students and the people who are maybe under you, and really just the drive to get things done?
I guess it's we like to work hard. We got really good work ethic. So it, that's what drives us mostly, and then seeing how happy we can make people is what keeps us going too as well.
We also like camaraderie. We like teamwork.
Yeah.
So one of the things we try to teach our students is teamwork, and also try to teach them what we actually do when they get to the battalion. So every chance we get to go out into the community and do some actual construction work, something dealing with our job, we like to take our students out there, get them involved with the community so they can give back to the community and also teach them teamwork, camaraderie, work good together, have each other back.
I like that. And to do that, of course, you set up things in the community. Maybe people contact you, and you're specifically in charge of that, correct?
Yes, I do all the tracking for the volunteer events. I'm not necessarily involved with being in charge of every volunteer event, but when the staff members decide to head on or take on a volunteer event out in the community, they run the request. I make sure I write it down and I track it, and then we all go out and help. We all go out and assist, and we get the students involved a lot.
Tell me some of the things that you do. Like if you had to just name some of the ones you were doing that earlier, Christmas in Action.
Yes.
And really what that is, and maybe describing a few of the different things that you guys have done.
The Christmas in Action, it's just basically you go out, pick a project of something that you want to do, and then go out there and complete it, whatever it is that resident of that house needs. We also help out with Hotter Than Hell, Streams and Valley we do a lot with. Falls Fest, we run the zip line out there. I've seen you guys come down that a few times.
We also work with the YMCA. They just, not too long ago, did a 5K run. So we go out there and help them, assist them with making sure that the runners, the participants are going the right direction, staying safe.
Sure. What does it mean to you whenever you see maybe your students, and we're going to hear from them. We have some here, and I want they're going to share maybe their favorite things that they've got to be involved in and why they chose this path. But what does it mean to you when you're able to see these students go out there? Maybe it is Christmas in Action. They're doing something for this family in our community. What does it mean to you to see them follow through with what you've been teaching them?
A lot of pride, and just knowing that it's not you're not forcing them to go out there and help you. They're wanting to do it.
I try to tell them that y'all are our replacements. We've been there, done that. We'd have been in for X amount of years. So y'all are our replacements. So when y'all go out into the community and exercise what we teach you, it makes us proud to say, yes, we've taught them.
Yeah.
They come from us. Yeah. And it makes us proud to know that that's who we're leaving the Navy Seabees to. This is our future. Yeah. And when they do good things and when they do it with pride, and they make us proud. It's like proud parents.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It does sound like proud parents. You see your children do something, and you're like, wow, that's awesome.
Right.
Just such a proud moment. Well, we have so much more to get to. I appreciate you giving us a little insight. I know we could just go on and on about really what the Navy Seabees do, but don't go anywhere because we are not done. We'll be right back with more. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, we are talking about the Navy Seabees, specifically the group stationed right here at Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls. Petty Officer Jonathan Wells and Petty Officer Philip Brown have been sharing the insights to the group here. And you were talking a lot about the different missions and the different things you guys do, and I understand a lot of it is even done overseas.
Yes, like I said earlier, a lot of our work is done overseas simply because when we're here in the States, we like to spend a lot of time with our families, as much time as we can, so that when we go overseas, we can focus on work. We can focus on getting the job done. We can focus on getting the mission done. When we're here in the States, we try to spend as much quality time, personal time with our wife, with our kids, so that, we don't have to worry about a lot of things or be stressful overseas. And
I understand that also gives you more time to do things here.
They support us so much, and we just love to go out there and support them as well.
Anytime Christmas in Action have projects, they get a lot of folders in, they get a lot of requests in. They can always count on us to come in and do a project. 1, 2, maybe 3. It doesn't matter. They always know that we'll come through and pick a project so that we could take our students out and get them involved with the community.
What do you think the Navy Seabees really mean to this community?
When they call us and say, you guys are awesome, we count on you, we rely on you to come out and do a lot of things for us, a lot of things that we can't pay for, a lot of things that is too expensive for the other people to pay for. And the smile on their face, the joy that they have when they shake our hand and say, thank you very much. That's all we need. That's the only thing we need to say, thank you. And that puts a smile on our face, and it allows us, and it makes us want to come out and do more.
Continue, right?
It's continue, yes.
Because this is all volunteer, right? I mean, they're not paying you to do the things that are being done. Is that correct?
Correct. When we remodeled this lady's bathroom, I mean, we just tore it from the ground up, replaced the floor, new toilet, sink, and just to see her reaction at the end was kind of touching, kind of touched us all inside. And she was just overjoyed, crying tears. So it was. Wow. I think that's what we like.
And we also went in and remodeled a one man's bathroom. Mm-hmm. We get done with his bathroom. He comes out laughing and smiling. He says, "Man, next thing I'm gonna make sure I call the Christmas Action and request y'all. I don't want anybody else. I want Seabees over here. That's it." Yeah. And that puts a smile on our face, and it makes us feel good, and it makes the students feel good that their work is not in vain.
Sure. And you're able to see that teamwork really in action, huh? Because you're doing this in a short amount of time, too, right? I mean, it's pretty impressive. I've heard just the numbers. You think, wow, what was the team that was out here doing this? I mean, what would an average team be, and how long could you get something like that done?
The average team, probably definitely a couple staff members, mm-hmm. and 6 to 12 students, depending on what we're doing, mm-hmm. how many students we need. And time frame, for large jobs like that, Christmas in Action, probably take 6-7 hours a day for 2 days.
That's really not a lot of time, though. If you really, I mean, you're thinking 6 people, maybe 6 to 10 people with the staff members in 2 days. I mean, it is a lot of time, but really, wow. I mean, that's impressive and really just shows the training that you receive and how much it pays off, and really the teamwork that you guys all come together and just make it happen. It's pretty awesome. The
short amount of time actually teaches our students on what they will be dealing with when they get to the battalion.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times we are in situations where it's got to be done with this little bit amount of time. And a lot of times in the morning we go pick up supplies. That's about an hour, 2 hours maybe, getting all the supplies, getting back, putting everybody in their position, and then finally getting to work. Sometimes we have to stop and show them things that they have to do, they should do it like this. But even with that, we end up finishing because of the kind of training we give them. And time. Be proficient. Also, quality. Don't just put anything together, but your name is on it. So be proud of what you do, but also we need to finish.
Sure. Get it done and get it done right, huh?
That's it.
Now, whenever you, kind of going back to the overseas, because I'm sure, like you mentioned, when you're overseas and you're doing a job, there's a time frame on that. And sometimes maybe even a security issue. You need to get it done and get out. So what are some of the things maybe you've done overseas? I understand both of you have traveled.
Yes.
I can remember in 2003, went to Kuwait, and there was a big project that needed to be done, a concrete project actually, and they gave us 90 days to do it, where our chain of command had pushed us in, and then we done it in 48 days.
Wow.
Around the clock work, 2 crews going, 24 hours, and we done it in 48 days.
Let me ask you this, were you surprised? I mean, was this one of the things you're like, I knew it, we could do it, or was it like, wow, we really can make this work?
At first, it didn't look like we could do it because it was 92,000 square feet of concrete. At first, we was like, no, there's no way we're going to do it. And as we kept going, and we got to the end, it was like we finished way ahead of time. And it was surprising, but it was rewarding. It was good. We were done.
Absolutely.
We were done. Move on to the next thing.
What about for you?
I think mine was in Iraq. We had to build a mortuary from the ground up, and we did that. I think we had 60 days to do it, and we did it in 30 days.
Wow, cut the time in half.
We did.
What about for you? Same thing? I mean, is it surprising when you see that happen, or over time, I'm sure you're like, yep, that's just who we are and what we do. But I mean, the first few times it's got to be.
Well, when you first start doing it, I think. You're not really thinking about it until the end of the day when you look back and you're just like, wow, I got all that stuff done today.
Yeah.
So set yourself little goals and then try to exceed them.
Mm-hmm. Are these things, I guess, obviously you share in the classroom to the students as well, correct? I mean, you've seen it done. You've seen it happen where you can just put it into action, make it work. Huh?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. That's what we do.
Well, we just really, again, I want to wrap up with this final little thought before we bring in the students, but wanted to go back to the relationship again with Shepherd Air Force Base, because we were kind of chatting in the break and learning a little bit more about that, and really what brought you here to Shepherd, or one of the main reasons, maybe the Seabees, because the training, the tech school where you receive the training, is here, right? So that's another big reason why the Seabees may be in Wichita Falls.
Yes.
That is true. Our training is, being that our electrical training, we are construction and we do interior wiring. A lot of the Navy electrical training is based on ships. Mm-hmm. But since the Air Force offers residential electrical training, we come to the Air Force Base and do their training. Same thing with the plumbing. Mm-hmm. This is what they provide, and it is cheaper and it's easier for us to have a group of guys that come out here to teach our Navy students along and going along with the course of the Navy, the Air Force.
Sure. So really kind of a team effort once again, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we again, gentlemen, just appreciate both of you, what it is that you do every single day and what you do in our community. I know many sitting at home could agree with me now. So thanks again, and we'll be right back with more Inside Texoma and more from some of the students. So stick around.